Maiden of the Snow. Chapter 2. The Man in the Library.
Okay, I thought. I can do this. I've watched her so many times now I feel as though I know her. No. Don't say that to her, she'll think you're crazy. Okay. Right. I'll just walk out into the dead of night and say, "Hi."
Everett's shoulders drooped.
Maybe I'll just wait till next winter. What's one more year?
With that, he tilted his body and dropped his head against the bookcase in front of him. So often he'd try to work up the courage to speak with her, but so many doubts came into his mind. But the worst. Maybe she'd never appear again. Everett leaned away from the bookcase and turned around to face the window. This library was his favorite place in the house long before he'd seen her. The slightly overstuffed chairs, large bookcases, and the best part, the smell of the books within. A light snow had begun to fall outside, and he made his way toward the window. His long legs covered the distance quickly, and as he stood before the window, the reflection would not be considered unpleasant to most. In fact, if Everett ever looked up out of a book long enough, he'd see the many stares of passers-by on the street as he went about his day, or the flirty smile of the women that worked in his department. Everett is a true antiquarian, and made his living at the local museum as their curator, and for the longest time nothing and no one could catch his eye save a rare find which usually contained pages. As he stared out the window, a long face, strong jaw, with deep-set eyes the color of almond, and skin a deep coffee stared back at him. His full lips were pulled into a firm line, and his brows furrowed with worry. His shoulders and chest were wide, and yet he had a somewhat lanky, lean frame which seemed a contradiction, but somehow worked. He slowly lifted his hands and slid them into the pockets of his pants as his eyes darted back and forth, looking out among the trees outside his home. It was still too early, but then again, she may not come tonight.
Can I truly wait another year?
He thought.
No. I've already watched her for 2.
He took a deep breath. It was going to be tonight. He lifted one hand and ran his fingers through his short, dark hair. Tonight, he'd take the first step, and maybe, if he was really lucky, she would tell him her name.